Hello everyone, Paul here from Fixing Foundations. Today we will be talking about which numbers can be evenly divided by 6, which is also to say that these numbers can be divided by 6 without creating a decimal or leaving a remainder. And in order for this to work, the number in question, or the number that we will be dividing by 6, needs to meet two criteria. The first is that said number needs to be an even number, so it must end with either 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, and it must also be divisible by 3. If it only meets one of these criteria, it cannot be evenly divided by 6. It's very important that it meets both of these criteria here. Now, to get started, I would like to start with 24. We will see if 6 will evenly divide into this number. And the first test we will give it is we will see if it is an even number, so we check the number here. We see that it's 4, and therefore 24 is an even number. And now we should see if this is divisible by 3, and we can do that by putting it through a test that I talked about in another video that I will go over now. And we will take 2 and we will add 4 to it. So we're going to take the digits. We add the digits together. So we're going to add 2 and 4, and we are going to see if what we get can be divided by 3. And when we add 2 and 4 together, we get 6, and 6 can in fact be evenly divided by 3. And because we know that this can be evenly divided by 3, then we also know that this can be evenly divided by 3. So now we know that 24 can be evenly divided by 6 because it meets both of the criteria that we talked about previously. And if we divide 24 by 6, we are going to be left with 4 as our final answer. And I'm just going to change the color of this just so that it's a little less confusing. I don't want you to think that it was immediately associated with the actual division process. That was just a test to see if that could be evenly divided by 3. So let me just change the color of that real quick. And let's try another number. Let's take a look at 33. Could this be evenly divided by 6? Well, it doesn't start with any of the numbers that are required for it to be an even number. It does not start with either 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So this will not be divisible by 6. It will be divisible by 3, because if you add 3 and 3 together, you get 6, and 6 actually is divisible by 3. But because we have an odd number here, because 33 is an odd number, it cannot be evenly divided by 3. So we do not have something here that can be evenly divided by 6. I think I said 3 before, but I meant 6. I apologize. Now let's try another example. Let's say we had 108, and we wanted to see if 6 could evenly divide into this number. And this is a larger number, so the first thing we'll do is start by looking at the digit at the end, and we can see that it is 8. And 8 actually does fall within the set of even numbers because it ends with an 8. So we know that we can evenly divide 2 into it at least, but can we evenly divide 3 into this number? Well, let's take these 3 digits. Let's take 1 and 0 and 8 and add them together. So if we do that, we do 1 plus 0 plus 8, that's just going to become 1 plus 8, which is going to become 9. And 3 can be evenly divided into 9. And because we have an even number, and because 3 can be evenly divided into this number, then we know that it can be evenly divided by 6. And now all that's left to do is the long division, so let's do that. So I'll put 6 over here, I'll put 108 over here. 6 goes into 1 0 times, but it does go into 10 one time. 1 times 6 equals 6, and 10 minus 6 equals 4. We drop down the 8. 6 goes into 48. Let me count. I believe that is 8 times. And 6 times 8 equals 48. And this will cancel out. And 18 is our final answer. I'd like to go over another example. Let's say we had 248 and we wanted to see if 6 could evenly divide into this number. Well, it does end with 8, so we know that it is an even number. However, let's see if 3 is divisible into this number, and if 3 can be evenly divided into this number, then we know that this number can also be evenly divided by 6 because it will meet both of the criteria. So we're going to take those 3 digits and add them together. We'll take 2, we'll add 4, and we'll add 8 to all that. And this is going to give us 6 plus 8, which will give us 14. And 3 actually cannot be evenly divided into 14. It's not going to work for even division. So because 3 can't evenly be divided into this number, even though it's even, we also know that 6 cannot be evenly divided into this number. I would like to go over one more example with you. Let's say we had a larger number still. Let's say we had 7,512, and we wanted to know if 6 could be evenly divided into this number. Well, the first thing we do is check to see if it's an even number, and it ends with a 2. So we do know, in fact, that this is an even number. Now all that's left to check is to see if 3 would evenly divide into this number. So we take all the digits, we take 7, we add 5, we add 1, and we add 2. This is going to give us 12 plus 1 plus 2, which gives us 13 plus 2, which will give us 15. And 3 actually can be evenly divided into 15. So we actually do know that this will work, and all that's left to do is the long division. So let's do that. So we have 6 here, we have 7,512 here. 6 goes into 7 one time. 7 minus 6 equals 1. We drop down a 5. 6 will go into 15 2 times. 6 times 2 equals 12. 15 minus 2 equals 3. We drop down this 1. 6 will go into 31 5 times. 5 times 6 equals 30. And 31 minus 30 equals 1. Finally, we drop down to 2. 6 will go into 12 2 times, and 2 times 6 will give us 12. This is just going to cancel out, and we are left with our final answer, which will be 1,252. Thank you very much for finishing this video. If you learned something new, please leave the video a like. If you would like to see more tutorials related to mathematics, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you are interested in online tutoring, check out the description of this video. You may find something helpful.